Hello and welcome to Furious Driving. You join me here today at Cowley, Mini Plant Oxford, the home of the Mini, for a double, in fact multiple celebration in fact, because today is April 25th, it's Drive It Day, so there's going to be lots of convoys of cars all over the countryside. And secondly, well not only secondly, there's many things I'll tell you about in a second happening that I'm not involved in, but this is 25 years since the original R50 New Mini went into production, basically virtually on the day. This is the 25th anniversary, 25 years old. In fact, this car had its birthday a couple of weeks ago and I completely forgot, sorry car. So we're going to do a big gathering of 25-year-old Y-Reg 2001 Minis. We're going to do our drone photo with the whole 25 years, or Mini 25, up in the sky, and then we're going to have a quick look around the rest of the car park because there's other celebrations happening as well before we go off on a bit of a mini convoy. Before we get going, we've got a lineup of all the start colours, with Mini UK doing a few photos with owners and their cars. So
they're all pressed.
when the Mini first came out, there were a number of things happened, in case you aren't familiar with the Y-Reg story. Anything on a Y-Reg was built by BMW for internal use, but by dealer training, press cars, all kinds of that kind of internal stuff. And there were basically only three trim levels. You had the red and white Chili Pack spec 999 on the build sheet, red and white Mini Coopers. Then you had the silver with the black roof Mini Coopers, which were ultra high spec with the black leather and a glass pano roof. And then you had the blue Mini ones. These were fabric interior, black fabric interior, blue metallic outside, and these silver wheels. The only other differences were either you had the standard wheels in white like I've got, or you got an upgrade wheel on the red ones, which we have just here. These are the 15-inch big wheels, the big wheel option. But we're currently about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're expecting cars to arrive properly from about 10, and we're hoping to get around 40 to 50 of the original first year Minis here. Mostly Y-Regs, a few 2001s. We think there's probably about maybe 100 Y-Regs left. With quarter of a century past, it's now easy to forget what a huge deal the new Mini was when it came out in 2001. Now, while some people will never accept it as a classic because they love the old Mini so much, and I know that there'll be comments on this very video telling me angrily that it's not a classic and it never will be and it's not a Mini, the fact is, it really was. It was designed by Rover, by Rover engineers. Frank Stevenson spent a long time creating the continuations of what should have been the replacement Minis through the decades, because the original Mini was virtually unchanged from 1959 all the way to its final end in the millennium. So really there should have been 3 or 4 different iterations of replacements along the way. So the R50 Mini was as close to a spiritual successor to the original Mini as you could possibly get. And so not only did it look good, it drove fantastically, and 25 years later they still put a smile on your face and still look and feel like a solid good car. And the fact that 70 of these cars turned up today shows how much enthusiasm there is for these early models. So the Cowley factory was also the home to the Maestro, the Montego, the Rover 800, amongst many, many other cars. And there's also celebrations for anniversaries of these cars happening as well. And heading over here, and there are Minis just streaming in right now of all ages. We've got the Y-Regs being directed to one corner, the new Minis going over here, because we'll walk through this in a second. They are having the Mile of Minis. I don't know if it's a record attempt or just a big old mile of Minis, but they're stacking up. I don't know how many cars, to be honest. A serious number of them. We'll have a quick walk through that in a moment. And a few specials taken out of the museum, including the 6-wheel hot tub Mini. Wow, that's interesting. Oh, the tailgate doesn't actually open, that's my question here. Flower Power Mini, Morris Traveller. Awesome. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Off-road Mini. Now that I like. So it's Mini, it's an R53 Cooper S, but off-roadified. That's a really cool project. Canada spec. So So this is the lineup for the mile of minis. There are people with cameras all over the place because it's a big old media event. We've got a huge collection and variety of minis of every age. Hilarious there. I just saw a small child who's only used to the big modern minis just say to his mum, "Look how little this mini is." Well, that's very much kind of the point. So we've got, I'm not sure how many minis it's going to require to make a mile, but these are going off on a big old tour. That's always fun. Always sort of sad that a car's gone, but always a good fun to see the trailer. So what we got? Is that an R50? That's really nice. F plate. It's not sandy beige like mine. It's more of a grey than mine. So a quick nose inside here because it's kind of how mine should look when eventually it's done. Yeah, I'm not sure if they've finished rolling in, but that's going to be quite a sight when this thing heads off. Heading down to Farnborough, where the BMW UK main head office is. Which is a separate drive. So I wonder, look at these two little early Austin S Cooper. Early badge, sliding windows. A very, very late one. Another R50, 2000. No, not R50. It's a convertible. I have to pay attention to what I'm looking at. I really like this particular shape of Clubman. Mrs. Furious had a red one for a little while with black accents and it looked really good. It was only a basement one, but even that, especially on winter steel wheels, it looked like a rally car. It was great. Still streaming in for the mile. Because it's drive it day, the road up, it's about 100 miles here to the factory. There were so many things after about sort of 8 o'clock in the morning, so many things appearing on the motorway, and the highlight was perhaps the Alpha Montreal. But there's also a TVR with the roof down, a Jag XJS with the roof down. Admittedly, I think they're pretty warmer than me because my heater matrix appears to have failed. So it's not leaking, it just doesn't make any warmth. But my little Mini was fantastic. It was such a good little motorway cruiser. Admittedly, the radio doesn't work. I spent money having the radio unlocked again. Repaired the wiring loom some more because it was only working with the code being put in every single time. It worked for 2 seconds and then went back into wait again, so we're listening to phone on the seat music again. So the cheat code with these is if it says OBL on the number plate, that means it was a press car that was lent out to newspapers and TVs and what have you, and so it may well have been, well, if you got an OBL car, you might find photos of it from 2001.
Gotta keep smiling.
Another one just arrived. Here we have a few of the other cars linked with the plant. Got the SD1, so listen to that grumble. Moonstone Blue, lovely. The 600 other minis, the Maestro van. Later Mini. I don't think Defender's has anything to do with the place, but cool Defender though. Lovely gold SD1. The Marina, forgot the Marina was to do with this place. And check out this incredible metallic green. When they tried to refresh it and give it a sales boost with the metallic paint and the gold wheels. It's a 1980 car. Sunroof and incredible velour. And the mile of minis though is about to be setting off. I still haven't worked out how many minis there are here, but there are a ridiculous number. This is one of the many sideshows going on today. So that is apparently a mile of minis in motion, all heading off, I think, to the BMW head office, heading out through the plant first of all. Last car, apart from the one that's broken down, of course. The two last cars, in fact. Off they go. Through the plant and out. I guess there's a back entrance, otherwise they're back again in here in a minute. Meanwhile, we are now left to do our Y register stuff. We can go and check out. A couple more cars have turned up. There's a 75, because 75 Rovers actually started production here at Cowley. Then BMW sold Rover, and they moved 75 production back to Longbridge. And yeah, I guess it's an early one. You can tell it's got nerd fact alert, black sills. Also, I noticed what looks like a 200 BRM rock up over here too. It is a BRM. Oh, lovely. You can tell it's got red interior, orange flash, and the number plate says BRM. It's not a Cowley car, but it is a very nice one. And it's a V6 as well. Oh, lovely. Oh, and an MG ZS 180. Another. So it's an instant car show. More V8 noises. Lovely. Including new things turned up. I think this was at the NEC a couple of weeks ago. The SD1 pickup, which I think is a diesel, isn't it? What a ridiculous but brilliant thing. This is the most number of wires I think I've ever seen in one place. They're just as far as the eye can see, as long as you can only see that far. And I keep losing my car. There's too many red Mark 1 Minis. Let's take a quick walk around the mile of Minis junior version of only R50s of wire edge early, and maybe a few 51 plates in the early days. So every car has got a little thing up in here saying what its chassis number is. This is 5453, so quite a late one in this particular context, but it is a metallic green, so it's a later build. So we're going to find every option possible, I think, pretty much in this gang here. So we've got the 51 plate, a wire edge and silver. The bonnet stripes are a big thing. Different wheels. I did say earlier that the ones were only blue, but they were also in black, and a couple of black ones have turned up. And over there, we've even got the hubcaps, which is a really rare option. And this is one of the first cars where they just set the options list up, so you could actually spend more on options than on the car itself. Here we go, it's a black one with steels. That is really unusual to see that, but I think it's about 3 cars with the steel wheels today.
We stayed over in Newbury last night, and you came, we were just coming out of Newbury, and you come by.
So coming back up to where we parked earlier, I'll loop around. I haven't actually counted these cars. Maybe if you want to watch this 3 or 4 times. One thing I haven't seen much of is the roof decals, because the roof options weren't really on the Y register, Y era cars, because these were, say, internal BMW dealer training, technician training, press cars and the rest of it. And the bonnet stripes, where some of them got that, but the roof decals, which were a big thing like the Union Jacks and other things, were mostly on customer cars, which started rolling out later in 2001. I've got a couple of interlopers joining in, because there is now a club for the early convertibles as well, which I think came out in 2003, 2004. So here we go, it's a steel wheel option. Incidentally, these steel wheels are the same thing I've got on my MX-5, and they look really good on that car.
Hello.
Hello, you're right. What chassis number are we here? 2229. Oh wow, just 27 more than mine.
That's the closest I've seen so far, but I haven't started looking.
This is 147, that's quite an early one. 140, even earlier. I think the one over there is a silver one, which is number 57, and it's the one with no texture in the mouldings. That's 3000 and something. So this is where the Mini guys set up earlier. 81, that's very early. So yeah, it's interesting because you can tell a car is not a wire because it's a different colour from silver, black, red, or blue. And they all kind of have the same problems, which is mostly wiring based. 106, that's a very early one. 842, quite late. 176. Another black one. I haven't seen a black one in a really long time, but some people here didn't even know there were black ones. So now we've got a drone in the air doing the setup. We've got a drone on the floor ready to take the photo. We've got the cars lining up to make the big M. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not. The Mini 25. We've got 70 cars, it turns out. And this is very much herding jelly or nailing cats to the ceiling. So we try and get all the cars in. One battery already down on the drone. That's why I'm shooting on a different one to this one, because we'll run out of batteries before we get this all lined up. So we've got the 2, we've got the word Mini, 5 is now happening.
We've got 12, mate, yeah?
12 cars?
Yeah.
Might need to do a few on the top as well in that case then. So your left-hand wheel is going to be lined up on the white line and dead straight behind the other one.
Doing 6 on this one, Mike.
Oh, I thought it was 8, but yeah, whatever fits. So we've finished nailing jelly to the ceiling. We appear to have a Mini 25. We've got too many cars. Last time we only just had enough cars. This time we seem to have too many. So we've got extra lines around the thing. 70 Minis all lined up saying Mini 25. Phew. So we've done the drone shot. We've made the Mini 25 out of 70 Minis, which has actually wound up being almost too many Minis to fit in the shot. But it was an amazing sight to see. You'll see it on screen now, probably, if I remember to do the editing properly. We've now done a photo of every single person's car lined up by the Mini sign over there, which I've done for them, which we'll sort out later on tonight. But now we've got the cars coming off the photos into colour group order, and I've never seen anything like this. This is about 70 Y and very early 51 plate Mini R50s. These are the first month or 2 months of production only. About 70 cars here, and that is approximately half of all of them on the road in the UK, we think. It is an astonishing sight. And if you're into really, really nerdy facts, apparently the earlier cars had more of a slanty back aerial than the later cars for very early days, which are more upright aerials, and then later on they went to like a beasting thing. So yeah, the reds, the silvers. Got loads of footage, Martin. This is a video for me.
Oh.
You're on camera now. This is the man who made me buy a Mini.
Well, both of us kind of did, didn't we?
Well, yeah.
Do you remember the time in the car park?
I do. I'm going to try and find a photo of this.
How many years ago was that?
I reckon it was 10 years ago, because it was the 15th anniversary of the Mini.
'Cause I bought that. I worked out. I bought that 10 years ago, and you bought yours pretty much soon after.
It was virtually within weeks
So
of each other, yeah.
You were doing a covering a sale launch, and I bought that.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
This
And you
is when
came on.
you were showing me the details for the car you ended up buying.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, because we both did the photo, because you were the editor of the Modern Mini or Performance Mini,
Mini.
yeah. And we did 15 years of the new Mini. And couldn't believe the new Mini was 15 years ago.
No, look at us now.
10 years
10
later.
years on.
Yeah, and so much more broken. Like the cars.
Lovely cars
Broken people.
with a little bit broken.
Yeah, fragile
But
plastics.
isn't
yeah.
that just the thing of like British built cars generally? Really,
Yeah,
isn't it?
they get flaky as they go on.
Well,
yeah. But yeah, we both were so impressed and thinking this is going to be the next future classic. We kind of both had to kind of rush out and.
I'm pleased I did.
Yeah.
I'm pleased I did, and I'm still pleased to own it. It still puts a smile on my face.
Yeah,
in
me
this
too.
time of the electrification and moving, everything's so fancy. I quite just enjoy going
Just the
out.
simplicity.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
nice to drive it.
Yeah,
It's still a sweet drive. I think.
It is, it
it's
really
very
is.
analog and it's fun.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's not, and it felt big at the time.
Yeah.
But now, it feels so small.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, you park like a F generation, the current F generation. I don't think they are F actually. But anyway, the current one next to it,
and they're just
it's
huge,
just massive, dwarfs it basically.
But no, what a lovely group of people. Lots of lovely friends we've made over the years, and enjoy. See you in a bit. So I'll wander over and see a few of the blue ones, a couple of the green and black ones, and then I think we're done. There is a road run heading off, and I'm just wondering whether to do the road run or go into the museum, because the museum's open today as well. They've got a little kind of mini museum. I say mini museum, it's a small museum of minis, so it's mini in every sense of the word. Do I go and do that, or do I do the road run? Oh, I'm torn. So when I first got my Mini, I really wanted a yellow one. I didn't realise when I first bought it, they didn't do yellow ones until 51 plate. So if I wanted a Y plate, I couldn't have a yellow. So yeah, this is a genuinely astonishing sight. You can tell the taking photos got serious because I put the big taking serious photos hat on. But everyone's kind of drifting away now. There was the road run, which I was going to jump in the back of, but it left while I was taking photos of some other cars, because people were asking for portraits of their cars as well. But there was an amazing selection, and the incredible variety of every possible connotation of these really early Minis was here. It's fascinating the way they get used. Some of them are in everyday use. Some of them are kind of tucked up and just brought out for shows and events. This one over here, which I hadn't kind of clocked properly, this is the first John Cooper Works car ever with the Works number plate. This is actually on the John Cooper Works brochure. They took the car, a standard R50, and then they converted it. They made it into the number one JCW. See, it's not even got the bonnet vent. It's such an early car. We've got the black leather interior in it, got the sunroof in it. It's in amazing condition. It's been fully restored, including bits from JCW manufactured again to get it back. We'll come back to this car in proper detail on another date. This is the first one to have a JCW body kit on it. And that's as it would have looked as a standard Cooper, and that's turned into the JCW. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye at this point. I've missed the road run, but never mind. There's still tea, coffee and biscuits to eat, so never mind. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our adventure, a mini adventure if you remember those adverts. I'm going to head back to Kent now and enjoy, and hope you enjoy the rest of your drive it day if you're watching this before I've edited it somehow. That wouldn't work, would it? Goodbye.